Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to try a different format of video that I have not done before. So this is not going to be a flip through of completed pages. It's also not going to be a color along. I thought I would just do a maybe color and chat kind of video. I really like watching Erica at Elm Colors Weekend Whip videos. I'm a big fan. I love watching her videos. Um, and I don't want to do the same, but I just thought I would share with you a bit how I'm working, what I'm doing, and just explaining my thoughts, my what I'm working on, what my idea behind certain pages is. So just me doing some work in a coloring book and talking about it. I'm not going to chat about personal topics. I'm not actually a chatty kind of person. Um, but when it comes to my special interests, so coloring, art supplies, color palettes, and things like that, I can talk really quite a bit. So this is what I'm going to do. And for today, my idea was to work in alien worlds because I have a work in progress picture here that I really want to finish. I don't think I will finish it today during this video, but yeah, we can at least do some work and maybe I'm inspired to continue and to do something with the page. All right, so maybe I share with you some pages that I have already done in alien worlds. So I've done this page. That's the only other double page spread I think that I have done. I've done this one with the astronaut. I did this one, which I really like. And this one is a color along on my channel. And I think that's it. And this is the page that I have started. Very ambitious in March. And I managed to do the background and all the rocks. And I did that with oil pastels. So this was actually the first time ever that I have used oil pastels. And I'm quite happy with how they are working. So they are quite easy to blend and it's quite quick to cover larger areas, which is a good thing for such huge double page spreads. Yeah, and now it's about coloring this huge alien dragon creature. And I thought I would do that with Prismacolor pencils. So that's why they are here. That's what I'm going to do next. If you're interested, I use these Mangyo Gallery oil pastels. They are quite new for me, yeah, so I have not used them a lot. So you can see this one and this one I have used, and this pinkish one, this one. So there's still a lot to do. I can do a lot of work with those. I have enjoyed using them. So what I was also thinking for this kind of video format, I would like to get your ideas. So if you have an idea of maybe a certain medium that you would like to see me use, or a specific artist, or starting a new page or something, just let me know in the comments because I will definitely consider this. For now, I just start with something I have ongoing anyway, but just let me know. Like, would you like to see me try another background with these oil pastels, or maybe some neo colors, or just how to base a page with watercolor or alcohol markers? So I have a ton of art supplies and I love to use them all. And yeah, or maybe a specific book, something that you would like to see. It's never going to be a complete color along. It might have some tutorial character because I will try to explain what I'm doing while I do it. Oops. Yeah, let's see. But I hope this is interesting for you. If not, at least I get some coloring done. All right, so for this page, what was I thinking? I tried to stay in frame. Yeah. I wanted to have this dramatic sky with a kind of sunset mood. I really also like how the clouds turned out with this purple tones in the shadows, and I tried to do that also here for the rocks. I used this deep purple in the shadow areas, and I think I want to do that also on the creature. So I will try to do some lighting effects, maybe using some yellow orangey tones at the how do you call it, at the sides of the creature, so it looks like it's there's light coming from behind, and using the purple in the shadow areas. Other than that, I have no idea yet what color I want to use for the creature. So let's just get started and see how it develops. So let's pick some pencils. I need a scrap piece of paper because I need to try out the pencils to see exactly what color they are. So I want to have quite a light yellow. Let's see how this one works. That's already nice. It's deco yellow. Then I want, don't want a classic orange. How about that one? That's salmon pink. I like that. I just put it here just in case. I don't want an actual pink. I also don't want a red, but I want purple for the shadows. Let's see. This is already quite good. This is, oh, like grape. There's not so much visible of the text anymore. And maybe let's see if I also want a more bluish purple. Maybe this one. It's also nice. All right, so I will start with the light and shadows on the beast before I commit to any other color. Yeah, I think that's the idea. All right, so the pencils are more or less sharpened. I think in this case, when I work with the Prismacolors on such larger areas, I don't need them to be super pointy and sharp, because I'm using them more like a wax pastel, somehow smushing them into each other, not trying to do a dramatic layering effect or something. So they are good, and yeah, I will have to sharpen them anyway. They will be used up pretty quickly. All right, so what I'm doing now first is putting some yellow into the areas where I think that they will have some light coming from behind. So this area, I think this one will be dark. I will not go down to here because I think this one will also cast a shadow. So I'm going to put some here, some here. So here, obviously, always at the borders. Yeah, border, that's the word that I was looking for previously. So this is the back of the creature. I will also get some light. So here not so much because there is a cloud, but here I will put some. I'll put also some here on the rocks where there's maybe not enough color from the wax pastels. There might be some areas that have still a little bit of white from the paper showing through. All right, just put it here. So there's no exact science to this. Yeah, I just try to imagine there's light coming from here. Where would we see it? So probably here on the neck. here. Not here, because this is the shadow area, but maybe a bit on this side as well, or here. Some here. That arm, this is in the front, so maybe here we could have some, here not, maybe here a bit. All right, alrighty. The head. Okay, let me think. Some here. Pressing too hard. I'm actually a bit heavy-handed when it comes to coloring, so you don't have to be super, I don't know, precise always. I also don't mind if I go over the lines. It's especially in a picture like that. I mean, it's more like a painting, yeah. So I'm trying to work with the colors. It's not like I have exact little shapes that I need to fill exactly with colors. I just try to bring the page to life with colors. It's not so much, yeah, it's not like coloring in, you know. All right, a bit here. Let's see, we have some here. Just put some. Nobody will notice if it's not correct, you know. Just has to look good. Okay. Then I will go with a little bit of this peachy orange. Second light color. That also some areas there was not so much of the yellow color. Maybe even until here. So you see, this is just light colors. This doesn't have anything to do with the actual color of the object later. I want to show you how I did that also for this cave creature. So a lot of what you see here, you know, all these blue areas here on the beast, this is not the beast's color. Also this purple here, these are all light colors that are coming from certain areas. So from the blue behind, you have always those blue borders. There we are. On the limbs of the creature, and here you have this reddish glow. So from here you have the orange. So honestly, if you put that under daylight, I don't even know what color it would be. So, and it doesn't matter because it's so interesting, because of all the light colors. And yeah, I'm probably not going to achieve the same here because I'm really super proud on how this one turned out. Yeah, I don't know. You have seen it. But I want to go in that direction at least. Yeah, work, you know, with light and shadows, and yeah, make it interesting by that. So that's why I mentioned I have no idea what the actual color of the beast will be. You know, if it's going to be gray or purple or brown, or I'm probably not going for some greenish tones because I think this would not fit to the overall color palette of the page. So yeah, let's see what I feel like. All right. Then let's try some shadow colors. So some shadow areas are pretty obvious because there's this great shading that Kerby has already done on his drawings. So I'm definitely going in those areas that are supposed to be really dark. put some shadow color down. Something underneath those scales because they are overlapping a bit. So here. Usually, if I'm coloring only for myself, I'm turning the page a lot because it's more convenient to work always like that and not like that. But I think that will not be nice to watch on the videos. So I try, and I will definitely at some point be out of frame. So I try to avoid that and just try to, yeah, move my arm around and color like that. It's working. I got used to that by when I did color alongs. I also try to not turn the page. Okay, I do a little bit here. What I also do, I will not go directly to the border with the shadow color because there will always be a certain amount of light uh, being reflected at the border. So it always looks better if you keep a bit of light area. If you have, let's imagine you have a cylindrical object, and most of the body shapes you can break down into cylindrical, I don't even know if that's a word in English, objects. And then it's much easier to determine if you have a light source where you should have light and shadows. And if you have light coming from behind, there will be always at the sides of the cylinder. There will be light areas, and the darkest part is in the middle. If you have light coming from the front, it's the opposite way. So that is something to keep in mind. This is also really relaxing for me because if I do a color along, I need to do a lot of thinking and planning beforehand. So I will turn off the camera in between, think about the next color, think about where I want to put it, and so on. Now I'm just, yeah, this is how I color for myself. It's a lot more messy, it's a lot more chaotic, but maybe you like it. And if you don't, I don't mind because I get some coloring done, which is good for me. All right. Wait a second. Okay, so my son just came back home from school and wanted to talk to me. So I don't know where I was, but it doesn't matter. I will continue with the shadow color. Yeah, I was talking about how light reflects on cylindrical objects. So yeah, this sounds very scientific. But if you get used to it, if you maybe look at pictures and try to break it down to this simple formula, you will see it's basically that, and it's always the same. So there's no, it's not a big deal. I mean, I'm not a professional artist, yeah. So there's a lot more that you can do with light and shadows. That's absolutely beyond my capacity. um, but I think I'm okay with the basics, and if that is already where you're struggling, maybe you find my rambling helpful. So this one should be dark, but I leave some light here because it's probably coming here. There's some tiny dragon monsters here as well. I need to be careful not to color over them. I think it's time for the sharpener soon. This is some kind of limb. I don't know what. This is in this book the part that is somehow a bit irritating, but also sometimes actually relaxing, that the creatures are so not realistic that actually you cannot do something wrong. Yeah, nobody says that this needs to have a certain color or the two limbs have to have the same color. It's all totally alien, so that gives you a lot of freedom. And yeah, I really like that book. I'm a big science fiction fan. And there are not really many cool science fiction themed books out there. So this is really a favorite of mine. I did not get Kirby's newest book, The Dark Fairy Tales, because I'm not a fan of horror. And when I looked at the flip through, I was kind of, I don't know, turned off by some of the darkness of some of the pages, and that's totally fine because that's the it's already in the title of the book. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be, but I decided it's not for me. I know that a lot of people say that about Alien Worlds, so I think you just need to be clear what you like for yourself, and then just go for it. So all these tentacle things, yeah, for example, they're cylindrical. This one is the part which is furthest away from the light source. So this is where I put the dark shadow color, but I will not go until the very border here. Let's see if I can bring it a bit closer to the camera so you can see what I'm talking about. So I will always leave a bit of space here because light is reflecting back, you know, from here, for example. This is a light area and it will reflect light back to this cylindrical object. So this border will also be light. Might be a different light color to make it a bit more interesting, but definitely the shadow will not go until exactly here. So that's what I'm doing. And now I think I need to sharpen this little guy. I think I have a replacement for this one already. So I'm using this Dale 133 sharpener for my Prismacolor pencils. I also have an electric sharpener, this little guy here, which I really love, but he's not so careful with my Prismacolor pencils. I had some cases where the pencils were breaking, and yeah, you need to be really careful with the Prismacolors. Sorry for the noise. So I really like this one. It makes the pencils really nice and sharp, and I have rarely any breakage, even with the Prismacolors. And you can sharpen really short pencils with this one. When you use a pencil extender, even like this one, could go in and be sharpened, because and the for the electric one, this is probably it should not be much smaller than that. So I have all kinds of sharpeners here, even a tiny hand hand operated one. Um, yeah, let me put some shadow here. When they are freshly sharpened, you cannot put so much pressure on them because they will break. Trust me, I have done that a lot of times. Let's see. Just going around putting shadows wherever I think they belong. So, I tried to kind of explain why I'm putting them where, but I cannot. It's something that you see with time. So if you train your eye to look closely, and I find it harder to do that on realistic photos or something, because we humans tend to be distracted by the motive. It's much easier if you look at other drawings. So, for example, if you have a colorist that you like and just really look closely where they are putting highlights and shadows, there are some very talented people out there. And yeah, try to maybe learn also from that. I did learn definitely a lot by just looking at what other people are doing. It's so inspiring, and this is also why I really like the coloring community. So it's coloring is not such a lonely hobby as it might seem at first. I'm actually coloring a lot together with my mom, so that's definitely not lonely. Um, but also the opportunity to share something with people out there makes it a lot more fun. And I have been doing that on Instagram since, I don't know, 2017. And I really like it still, but sometimes Instagram is going on my nerves. Algorithm is, I don't know, a pain in the butt sometimes. I'm not trying to, work for the algorithm. I don't care. If I don't get any new followers, I don't care. The algorithm has changed, I don't know how many times since I have been on Instagram. And I just did the same. Since I have been there, I'm always doing the same. I just post photos of my colored pages. That's all I'm doing. And there are people out there who like it, and it seems to be working. So I'm not trying to optimize that. Yeah, but since maybe I've seen it, it's now almost exactly a year, a bit more. Yeah, I think last year in August, I started my YouTube channel and I have been thinking about that a lot before, because I'm someone who likes watching other coloring related YouTube channels a lot. I don't watch a lot of movies or TV series, TV shows. Uh, I'm not that interested. um, but I like to watch coloring videos. And I always had the feeling I wanted to do my own ones. And yeah, then I just started, and it's a lot of fun. And I like putting things out there, and I really appreciate all the feedback that I get. And to see that there are actually so many people out there who like to watch what I'm creating. So yeah, that's a lot of fun. I hope to continue with that for a longer period of time. But yeah, who knows? You never know what life brings. So I'm getting tired of doing this shadow color. I think I need to do something here. Leave this little spine part a bit lighter, because I think I want to have it stand out a bit. Other than that, right, so I think I need to put something here. I will, okay, I'm getting impatient, as you can see in my strokes, but it's okay. Nobody will know in the end. So I just want to kind of finish it with this color and use another color. Because this one's getting boring. Know what I'm sometimes doing if I'm looking at the page like that and I try to figure out where something belongs. I'm kind of getting a bit cross-eyed because then it's becoming all a bit uh, more dizzy, and I think it's more easy to see then if the light and dark areas are really balanced. Because then you're not, again, kind of distracted by the motif itself. Okay, I will leave it at that for the moment. Okay, so the oil pastels are kind of coming off the page, or maybe it's also the dust from the Prismacolors. I don't know. I'm a messy colorist. I never put any, blank sheets of paper on the back side. I don't use something to put under my hand. I'm always messing around, but because I cannot be bothered really to be super careful. And it's okay. You don't have to be. So maybe if this is kind of relieving for some people to hear, you don't have to be like that. I often see other colorists being super careful, putting blank sheets of paper behind the pages that they are working on. And I think it's a good idea. And some people are also very organized, with their swatches and putting down color combinations, putting a date on the pages that they have colored. And I think this is all really cool. And part of me wishes that I would do that. But it's not happening. And it's okay. So just you just need to accept the kind of person that you are and work with that. I think that's my opinion. I'm just extending the shadows a bit now with this other shadow color, which is a bit more bluish purple. I might use some blue, gray blue maybe here, because I have also some gray here in the rocks. I don't want the beast to be exactly the same colors as the rocks. I think this will be boring. I have also this, I don't know how to call it, rose beige color here. But I think it's fine. I have this peach color, which is kind of the equivalent on the dragon, I think. We will not go use that, but I don't know. Let's see. This is how I usually color. It's not fully planned out. I'm just going with the flow. And when I'm doing color alongs, I need to think about it a lot more. But I like doing the color alongs as well. I realized that the color alongs are the videos that are the most effort to do. Yeah, I'm doing speed coloring most of the time, so the time that you see on a video, maybe it's half an hour, is actually more like 4 to 8 times as much coloring time. And then I also need to do all the cutting and add the colors that I have used. So there's a lot of work behind such a color along video. and they typically don't get that many views. So I think if I would be doing this for the views, I would stop doing color long videos. The most popular videos are always the ones where I show my completed pages. But obviously that would not be sustainable, because at some point I will have shown all my pages, and then what what would I do on the channel? Start from the beginning again? No. So I'm doing this for fun, and that's why I will continue doing color alongs. But yeah, I thought to do this kind of video as well, because I'm I'm finding it kind of fun right now to work like that and just talk about my thoughts. I'm having fun with that. Let's see, how long are we already in? Oh, it's not even 20 minutes, so we can go on a bit. I was thinking I should not make those videos too long. Let's see, I would try to go maybe with half an hour, 40 minutes. Let's see. I need to find a good point in time to stop recording here. I don't want it to be, totally abrupt. Should kind of come organically, but I hope I'm not, getting so much into a hyper focus that I will sit here for an hour, because I think that will be too long for a video. Okay, the guy is getting a bit shiny, which I like. Checking that I'm still in frame, because that could be really annoying for you. Okay. So what I was thinking also with this kind of video would be that it's something that I can create with not so much effort. Honestly, I've been talking about how much effort the color along videos are, how much time they take me, and sometimes I don't have so much time. And yeah, it could be still a fun video that people would like to watch. I don't have to do a lot of editing here. Let's see. Okay. Now, what other colors do I want? Okay, put some of this color here. See, in some areas that are very small, I don't have to care about what color I want to do anyway. Like this, I don't know, it's the nose. I have the shadow color, I have the mid-tone, and I have the light color, and it's fully colored already. And then I don't even know what its actual color is supposed to be. So I don't know. Doesn't matter. All right, but I think I need to have more colors. Let's see. Do I want to add this great lavender? Do I want to make this creature really purple? But then I would like to have a different shadow color. I did not think that through. What else could we use? I like that one. Do I want to put in some blue? How would that look? I said no green, right? Let's see. But that's like this, this color here a bit. I can use that for some midtones. I should bring in some red, I think, because I have all the red up here. I have nothing here, but if I put some red maybe on its belly here, look cool. I'm also always trying to balance the colors on the entire sheet, so independent of the motive. I mean, I also take that into account, but I also try to have things kind of balanced. So right now I don't like that all the red is only here. There's nothing in the rest of the picture. So I think putting some red on the dragon, maybe here on the wings and here on the belly, uh, could look good. But what kind of red do we like? Ooh, I like that one. Does it fit? Not too bad. Oh, ooh. I was just scratching with the wood over the paper, which is the worst sound. I need something in between. How do I like this one? That's nice. Fits to here very well. Okay. What other colors do we like? Do we need like a bit of a brighter purple? I think it goes with these areas. Let's see. It's a bit too pink. I could bring it in. I just here. I will show you what colors I have picked when I'm done with picking. I don't like that one. Purple. It's too purple. I think I will, and I will probably also use the black at some point to make some areas really, really dark. But not right now. Okay, so these are the colors that I have pulled in addition. I have gray lavender, I have clay rose, I have pomegranate, I have carmine red, lavender, and black raspberry. And I have no idea where I want to put them yet. Let's see. Okay, I said I wanted to put a little bit of red in these areas. Let's just go for it. Sometimes it's just, you know, gotta try. Just go for it and see how you like it. And sometimes you don't like it, and you have to work with what you have. But most of the time, it's not that bad. So in the end, everything comes out okay. Probably are all aware of the ugly phase that every picture is going through, where nothing kind of fits together. And you're questioning all the color choices that you made. And, you know, the trick to successfully complete a picture is to not stop at that point. Never. Because that's when it looks worst. And you can always continue from there, you know, make things work. As you can see, I'm doing this a bit sketchy now because I'm just trying out how I like the color. I will come back in and, blend these areas properly. I need to see first where this color goes. And if I like it or if I need to change something. This can happen also. Okay, so this would be darker red going into the shadow areas. Kind of blending it in. Okay, I think it's okay. I hope so. Find the lighter red. And here. See, if I'm doing a color along, I would not color like that because look at that. It's a hot mess. But that's the reality, and maybe it's also kind of helpful for some people to see that it's totally okay if your picture looks like that at some point in time. It's also okay if it looks like that at all, if that's what you like. So never mind. Yeah, there's no right or wrong way that a picture has to look. Okay. Okay. Interesting. I need to sharpen this one here. Sometimes the Prismacolors are kind of off center, the lead, you can see it here. And what happens then is when they are sharpening, that you get this nasty long wood area here. I hate that. It's really difficult to avoid. Let's see how it comes out of the sharpener this time. Yeah, that one went well. Okay. Do I want that color here? I do. Yeah, I do. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not completely convinced of what I'm doing. But as I said, this is the point where you're not supposed to stop. Now you continue and work with what you have done. Go for a bit of a smoother blend now. I think I might need to have a mid-tone color between the dark purple and the red. Cherry. That's also pretty dark. Does that help? No, I don't like it. I don't. Maybe it's not necessary. If you have dramatic light effects, it's not necessary to have a very smooth, I don't know how to say, long stretched blend between colors, even between colors that are not that similar, because having those quite abrupt changes in color, we have it now here, makes things look more shiny, and I like the effect on this one. So, and the Prismacolors are ideal for that kind of work because you can just, yeah, mix them together. Don't need to think about layering work and okay. This one is a bit more nicely blended now compared to the other ones. I just show it a bit closer. Probably what I'm going to go for all the rest of the neck. And I don't know, maybe everything. Maybe I just make it a red beast. Wouldn't that be cool? I think it would be cool. Okay, I'm keeping my colors. I think this is it for today. I'm thinking if I want to continue coloring that one without recording. Let's see. One important thing again, before I stop this recording, it would be really great if you just give me some input in the comments what you would like to see in these kinds of videos. Yeah, so if I don't receive any comments, I will probably just continue like I did it now. I will just work on a page that comes to my mind with a medium that I feel like. But if you have specific ideas or wishes or something you would like to see, you know, specific coloring book, a specific artist, specific art supplies or media, or maybe a flip through, or how I pick a color palette, because I also like to work with color palettes. I don't know, whatever would be interesting for you, just let me know, and I will just sit here for maybe 30-40 minutes and show you what I'm doing and talk about it with you. All right, I hope you have enjoyed this video. It was a lot of fun for me, and I'm definitely going to do that again. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.